let's begin with our first set of questions by JR7Nano. Question number 1. What experience do you have creating digital content? My main experiences are video editing and website creating. I also create art as part of digital content, but I don't tend to show it much. Question number 2. What challenges did you face when making comics and how did you overcome them? Making comic dubs pushes a huge workload on video editors who are mainly editing the visuals and audios to create the dub that everyone watches. Unfortunately for me, I am the one who mainly video edits all of the comic dubs, actually most of the comic dubs, and then put it into the DDPG Studios channel. The challenge of this was to overcome a lot of the workload and obstacles that I had to face throughout video editing. And yes, the kind of obstacles that I had to come across was time management, work from real life, all that. But to overcome them, I decided to make video editing as a part of my hobby. So whenever I have breaks, I can continue making videos for everyone to watch and for DDPG Studios to thrive. Whenever I want to take a break from video editing, however, I do gaming. Let's move on to our next set of questions by Pleasureman. Question number 1. What's your favorite food and drink? Any sorts of pizza and pasta, except anything with seafood. Fun fact, I think I said about this about 3 times. The first 2 times was from my personal channel, and now it's hilarious thinking about it for me saying the same exact line the 3rd time already. Man, that's funny. Question number 2. I'm curious, what's the possible release date for ES Incorrect Quotes Part 3? Evolution Squad Incorrect Quotes Episode 3 is planning to release tomorrow, which is on January 18th at 8 p.m. IST. If you don't know what IST is, it's basically India Standard Time. Just take that time zone and then convert it to your time zone and you'll know what time it is at. Thankfully, it should be at the time where somewhere in America just begins to wake up. I've been looking at the EST time zone. So hopefully it resolves everything about, well, releasing videos that are way too late for the left side of the world. Here comes our next set of questions by Shade Dial. Question number 1. Do you still resent recording that unreleased Arby's video? I keep forgetting that Arby's video existed. Well, unfortunately I kept that file in a different computer and I'm still overseas. But once I do come back, I'll find a way to transfer that file to my new computer and begin processing the video so that everyone can watch whatever chaos that happened while I was traced to Shinx.
Yes, it was painful, to say the least.
Question number 2. Have you ever done a Nuzlocke in the past, or are you planning to? I've seen a lot of Nuzlockes before. Unfortunately, I haven't done one yet, and probably never will be, because I do suck at Nuzlocks. Here's our next set of questions by Speed Level 98. Question number 1. What other comics do you like besides Evolution Squad? Oh, that's simple. The other comics I like beside Evolution Squad are White Rose comics, what's next? Alleyway comics, and PMD Rescue Ranger comics. I love those particular kind of series. And yes, I was struggling to think of what was to say. Don't question me. Question number 2. What's your hobby? I previously mentioned before, but I'll say it again. My number 1 hobby is gaming, and my number 2 hobby is video editing. Particularly this channel, that is. Here's our next question by Cricket Cat. How has your YouTube channel affected your life? I started off small with my personal YouTube channel, sending off random gameplay videos and random animations, and then I slowly kind of stopped making content from my YouTube. I still tried to do stuff to it to make it alive, but I wasn't getting as much of the happiness as I thought I was before. That was when I decided to do my first comic dub. And instead of me having to do this on my own channel, I decided to make another channel and dedicate that as the community channel that everyone can like come in and actually do stuff with projects, such as comic dubs. I gathered a lot of voice actors and got the many dub videos done, and people actually liked it. That was when I started pursuing that dream to continue making videos for this channel so that everyone can continue entertaining themselves and enjoying the wonders of comic dubs. And that's how this particular YouTube channel has affected my life, to continue making comic dubs for everyone's happiness. Here's our next question by Bananagon. Favorite Pokemon? No contest, Pichu. No one can change my mind. Here's our next set of questions by Camelix25. Question number 1. How many unreleased videos do you have? Thankfully a few, though my work is still not done as I got like other kinds of projects that I have to work with, such as the Starshine Sprite with Team MCJ Productions. Yep, my work is never done, and my work is never done in real life. That's just how it is. Question number 2. Can you play Creeper World 3? I really want to see your reaction to that game. I haven't heard of Creeper World 3, but I do know that it exists. I don't have the game, but maybe it would happen. I just can't say for sure. Here's our next question by Siring Obsidian the Snow Owl 6244. How did I get that on my first try? Okay. What made you like Evolution Squad so much? I particularly got interested with that comic because of the evolutions. When I saw the evolutions being the main characters, I was dead set interested to see how it goes. The plot was interesting, but as soon as I decided to listen to the lore, it was too complicated, and I hated it. Why do the fans expect EV0 to make so much just to make the story a lot more dramatic and complicated? Come on, leave EV0 alone. If you just if you let him alone for once, then who knows, maybe Evolution Squad would have been better than the current state that it had showed. But it's just me. It's just me pointing it out. I still love Evolution Squad regardless, and it was really interesting to say the least. Then when I looked at the fan comics of Evolution Squad, I somehow got a bit more interested. I don't know why, but I just find it funny that I got more interested in fan comics than the original comic. Thank you, Evolution Squad Tomorrow Light by Unuar. You are the best! Here's our next question by Average Robloxian. Can you please make dubs of the White Rose comic? If not, could you make dubs of the comic Evolution Squad Last Chance? Unfortunately, I cannot do any of those comics, particularly for the main reason that I have. Though both of those comics are already being dubbed by other sources. For example, White Rose is being dubbed by White Rose Dubs themselves. And Evolution Squad Last Chance is currently, and I believe, is being dubbed by Wolves Dub. So I'm leaving those comics to them and focusing on what I have. Sorry about that. Here's our next set of questions by Anthony Ruffino. Question number 1. If your YouTube career didn't work out, what would you have done instead? Honestly, I'd probably just stick to gaming. And besides, I'm currently going through university, and despite me, if I don't have a YouTube career, I can still go to the fact that I can work in jobs and just still earn money out of them. So, yeah. It's a win-win situation, I guess. Question number 2. Will you ever play Lethal Company? I have been playing Lethal Company for a few times within my own time. Only with my friends, that is. Unfortunately, I do not know whether I should just bring it to my channel or not, as I slowly have now begun losing interest so fast from Lethal Company. Yikes. I'm really sorry about that. Here's our next set of questions by Sebastian Nail. What do you do when you're bored, and what other games do you like outside of Pokemon? Honestly, I do one of those comics that I mentioned before, either gaming or video editing. And honestly, there are some other kinds of comics that I can do instead, like making art and listening to music. And for the question about what other games I like outside of Pokemon, well, I like other particular franchises like Mario, Sonic, Kirby, Undertale, just to name a few, and what I know more about. Here's our next set of questions by Lazuli Lover. Question number 1. What's your favorite comic? PMD Rescue Rangers by Dio9 Bessa. The story of Scorbunny and Froakie always cracks me up. Literally. Question number 2. When are you gonna release the incorrect quotes? Here's our next set of questions by Mostly Just Comments and favorite TV show or movie? Honestly, I'm not sure what TV show that I really like the most, considering that I don't watch a lot more of the TV shows in this game. Actually, no, wait. No, I know one. The Amazing World of Gumball. That one is a true certified Yahoo moment for Cartoon Network. That I really enjoy seeing it the most. And the fact that they're bringing in a new season of The Amazing World of Gumball brings in some hope for Cartoon Network, honestly. A lot of fans will actually enjoy it. As for my favorite movie, it has to be the Lego Movie. Here's our next set of questions by Julian EBN TM. Question number 1. Which is your favorite Evolution Squad character and chapter? Honestly, I'm going to say Trace the Shinx and Special Chapter 1. I first started off as Trace the Shinx within Evolution Squad in Special Chapter 1. I was voicing Trace and I particularly decided to resonate with him, and I tend to enjoy voicing him a lot.
'Cause I have an iconic voice. And it's cool.
So, yeah. If you probably have seen Trace Reed's Pokemon/Evolution memes, you probably would know why. Yeah. I just can't stop voicing Trace the Shinx. He's just like a kid and interesting to say the least. He's cool.
He's so cool. I'm so cool.
Question number 2. What made you do YouTube? I was being inspired by many YouTubers that I watch, and eventually I decided to make my own content. And I started off with a personal YouTube channel, made a few more videos, kind of lost motivation, came back, did some more, lost motivation again, and eventually did comic dubs on a different channel. And now I'm back in YouTube. I'm continuing to do stuff on YouTube, and let's just be honest, I enjoy just doing stuff for YouTube. How many times have I said YouTube? Here's our next question by Trivion Bell. Where's the new Evolution Chapter 4? I'm not sure what kind of Evolution comic you're referring to, but if you're referring to the fanfic story, I probably have mentioned before that it has been put into hiatus. I have no plans of having to continue it as of now, so yeah, sorry about that. Last question by the stupid guy ever. What's your favorite animal? I currently fight between cats or dogs. And, well, considering my family has already gone pet dogs in the past, a few times that is, and we haven't got a single cat, I probably would safely assume that I'd be interested in dogs. My favorite animals is dogs. But I do like cats also. They're all so cute. Oh, yeah, and dogs too.